How can something as beautiful as this be dying? A plague is ruining the land, but the tree of life still stands. Question is, for how long? End is coming to the new world. The tribes stand divided, in need of someone strong enough to unite them, or bring them all down. This is a story with an unusual beginning. So, let's expect an unusual end. Welcome to Biomutant. Encode your DNA. Define your genetic structure. Choose a genetic resilience. Choose your first style. Pick your main color. Choose your detail color. Pick a class. Mercenary. Deadeye. Commando. Cypher. Saboteur. Sentinel. Mercenary. Mercenary chosen. Good choice. Here's somebody with a troubled past, drawn into the spotlight of a story that's already begun. We're already at a crossroads. Choosing a path in life is that fork in the road where you make a choice or simply stop living. But for you, it's not only a crossroad, but a choice, a reflection of your key, the primal energy that flows through everything.
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm the dark side of you, your inner voice to be precise, an echo of the balance and consequence of your actions as you move forward.
Can't believe you'd choose that thing over me. But I'll be here waiting for you when you have a change of heart.
That thing? I'm right here. Let me remind you, we're two halves of the same, with the difference being I'm the better half.
Better half?
The best end is the one you decide yourself, and it seems we're headed in the right direction.
Guess left can be right sometimes. Right is always right. Stories of death and the bodies left behind, a reminder that we're at the mercy of nature and the one that preys on others. Do you remember the beast that shattered your family, or did you choose to forget? You turned your back on our world and got lost in your own. Meanwhile, the Predator only grew stronger. This is not the time nor place to end this story. This time, it was best to run and live to fight another day. Let us hope you're ready for it when it comes. The Predator isn't the only threat. The wildlife started to mutate when the end of days began, and the Tree of Life started to die. That's flesh. Right between the eyes. Keeps the sun out of your eyes. Oil sludges everywhere. To most, it only means death, but some have adapted to the new environment and changed with it. Evolution has its ways. Scrapalicious. Guess you still want more than that. Swift and sharp. emergency box from the once was. A rare sight. That pipe looks weak. The claw bar should come in handy. Whoa! It's time to find a way out of this place. No, really, I mean it. The Morks produce biomatter in their multi-organ that they share under distress. Blobs that affect the cellular coding strands of any living being when absorbed, including you. Don't let go. Step back, world. Toxanol built vessels called arks to save themselves from the impending doom. But was it too late? It is only from the flight logs of the single ark they left behind that we know other arks traveled through the sky and beyond. It seems those that came before us never lost hope in finding a new home for their kind. That's shut and good. There are few records of the chain of events that led to the big apocalypse eons ago, but it's clear the world wasn't prepared for how recklessly the Toxanol Corporation would make its mark on the world. Their rare earth mining and nuclear industries generated tons of waste, and without consideration for the future, they dumped it all in landfills until they ran out of space. That's when they made the big mistake. They began dumping the toxic waste in the surf just off the coast instead, assuming that it would sink and decay with time. And they were right. But no one was prepared for what was about to unfold. Once in the surf, the radiation interfered with the genetics of the wildlife and created bizarre mutations in their offspring. It had an inconceivable impact on biodiversity and the entire ecosystem. The world as they knew it crumbled as nature retaliated. It would never be the same again, and what remained of it became ours. The sound of spark metal going pew-pew is never a good thing. It's coming from behind that door. A warning label. The box looks like a potential brain melt. It's going to take a bit of puzzling to short-circuit the door. Just a few moves left. Make them count. There you go. The wheeled one is outnumbered. You'd better help him out. The last of them. Let's talk to the wheeled one before backup arrives. Might not need that now, but you will later.
atu awa ia ia.
He wants to thank you for taking his side against the scavengers. He sounds familiar. You just can't figure out why.
Kim hobe be kuku hi var muk.
He presents himself as out of date. He knows he's way overdue, but he hasn't given up.
Wumbubu tubuku.
He doesn't seem surprised that you don't recognize him. You were just a child back then, the night everything changed.
Tika maperna.
There have been rumors of a one-eyed Ronin seen outside the Great Wall, and he's happy to see it's true.
Ba lo yualu.
The legend of the one-eyed child that grew up as an outcast is old and sad.
Weta gono.
The child could have been anyone, but the evil it had fled had left a mark, a facial scar to remember the past.
Iboda kilmok.
There's no doubt you're the child, and that what Lupa Lupin did to your village, your Muma and Popsy, was the beginning of the end.
Mopu var kobi.
He says it has taken you a long time to bring the past back up to the present, to find your way back, but he's grateful you have.
Evunku tu buvum.
It was after the attack that the unity fell apart. Your Muma's disciples divided and formed tribes as a reaction to the blight that had fallen upon the land.
Mauketo tul atu iamanau.
Had it not been for the Tree of Life, no one would have survived. He hopes you at least remember the tree. Asks if you were tired, as it's a bit of a hike here from the village. He wonders if your Muma knows you are here. You're such a good child, so you probably did. Even the young forget. He understands why you came all the way out here, to see them, the potato people. The potato people, or Nono, are a wonder, somehow interlinked with this little tree here, fueling its source of life. You might be right. Like potatoes, they're packed with energy, an excellent source of ki. The Nono prefer to hide in glitter grass. He says you should get over there and ruffle it. See if you can make one come out of hiding. The Nono's key energy is just what the Pensai needs to complete its cycle and grow into a tree of life. Only you'll need to support the tree for a long time to come. The only way it'll grow tall is with the burst of ki released from the... You'll need a net to catch the Nono, and he wants you to use his, but asks you to be gentle. The Nono... But... Now that you've seen the Nono's connection with the tree with your own eyes, you have no reason to doubt. From this day on, he'll make nurturing the Pensai into a tree of life, a life... One day, the land won't be as peaceful. Not even your Muma will be able to protect it. He says you'd better hurry back to the village before your Muma comes looking for you. You did good here today. No, she's got lots on her mind and needs rest after the raid last night on the Lupin camp with her disciples. He lost you there for a while, but no memory is alone. It's part of a trail you can follow. He says he remembers every single day he devoted to growing the tree of life, but now he's afraid it might be in vain. The tree started to die when the end of days begun, and it wasn't long after that that the genetic evolution that occurred after the apocalypse the Toxinol Corporation inflicted on the land set the World Eater's DNA into His friend Gizmo is working on a Mekton and needs help defeating the Jumbo Puff at the end of the West Route. Wiz is still repairing his octopod to confront the Merc Puff that dwells deep down under the surface at the end of the Northwest Route. Nocco has tamed the midget and is preparing to take on the Hoof Puff at the end of the East Route. Finally, Goop is almost done with the Goo Glide, a machine able to ride the waves of the surf all the way out to the Porky Puff at the end of the route to the southeast. Out of Date says his friends are gearing up to stop the World Eaters. The road ahead won't be easy, but he wants you to understand that you'll all die if the tree isn't saved.
Come, Reaper.
Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the tribe war and the situation with the world. You're getting the hang of it. Quickest way out is through the roof where they came in, and the rope looks strong enough to climb. land after the other? Know that the Tree of Life is dying. Its days are numbered. Without help, it can't endure the environmental change and assault from the World Eaters. A signpost maps it out for the cartographically challenged. Let's see. Must be the World Eater that chewed off Out-of-Date's leg. You'll need a hat trick to bring that down. Look, a survivor. Glad to see someone. He's heard the stories about the terror inflicted by the World Eaters to other enclaves, but never expected one to come all the way here. He worries there won't be much left to save if this continues, even... He doesn't know what your connection is to this place, but something tells him you've... Anyway, he needs help and says it's by your actions you'll be judged, not... He's grateful for...
That's a spark of light in you!
That's right. Smack that spark out before it.
You don't have to be so harsh. It's such a...
Take it out now while it's small.
There's always another spark.
There's Out of Date again. He must have missed something important. Out of Date says you will make a better stand against the World Eaters with the support of a tribe, and there are two nearby. The Myriad tribe is likely to be a good match as they act on the understanding of the greater good and have a code of honor. Regardless of who you choose, it won't be easy, as the conflict between the tribes is worse than ever, teetering on the brink of war. The Myriad's conviction to stop the World Eaters began when the Leviathans rose from the depths of the surf. Siding with the Myriad's movement for wholeness in a fragmented world might seem like the logical thing to do, but is it the right thing? One thing's certain, though. Destiny arrives all the same. The Jagni tribe only ever had one conviction: to bring balance to the world by wiping out the weak. They believe a cleansing is necessary to restore the world, and want to let the World Eaters bring down the Tree of Life. But siding with Jagni isn't necessarily a bad thing. Fate will find a way. Out of Date says someone needs to break the stalemate and shift the balance of power to either Jagni's or Myriad's side. He believes the tribe Sifus, Myriad especially, will listen to you and expects you to pay at least one of them a visit and play your part. Out of Date will be waiting for you beneath the Tree of Life if you lose track of what you need to do. Another fork in the road. It's either the tunnel or the motor bridge. What'll it be? It's unusual that natural tunnels like this still exist. Most of them got flooded. This area was beautiful before the tribe war began. Look at it now. It's a war zone. That's the Myriad Tribe's fortress. Will they be friends or foe? You should head up there. That way you'll know. Let's see. That's the Myriad Fort. It's a beaten path to that door. If you go there, you'd better make an entrance. Says they're wary of strangers. They're at war. We'll be around when you return. Says they're cautious of non-allies. They don't just let anyone see the Sifu, but there's something different.
Sibi? Lapanan aging kanman. Gerat na falo hutut mus. Tugay la wute.
The Myriad tribe act on understanding of the greater good and a code of honor. They believe uniting the tribes is the only way to restore the peace. The Sifu is convinced that defeating the World Eaters and saving the Tree of Life is the only way to make the world a better place.
All the goose are gonna head echt.
He welcomes you to the Myriad Fort and introduces himself as the tribe's Sifu.
Gerat wolf at a mat game.
But he was hoping you'd show up. The news of a vigilante Ronin on crusade crossing the Great Wall through the crack in Bunker 101 has preceded you. He heard you took out-of-date side against the scavengers in Bunker 101. It seems you believe in helping your next, and that's something you have in common. There's something about your spirit that sparks memories of you as a kidling. He can still sense you're kind-hearted. The Sifu says sometimes one memory can make another come to life. He hasn't thought about your Muma for ages, even though she taught him a lot. He was one of the original Wang Fu. Your Myriad wants unity between the tribes. If you believe there's some good in everyone, there's still hope for tomorrow. You'll unite. He was hoping. The Sifu was waiting for something to tip the balance in their favor. Their kin have run out of options and found themselves backed into a corner. Even those who... He wants you to focus. These are the new rival outposts your tribe needs to take control of. He says you'll regret not being on their side. The only way you'll learn their secrets, Wang Fu and the tribe weapon now, is if you defeat him. And that will never happen. You both have gentle minds, so they want to wage a gentle war. A war that bonds as much as it breaks. Tells you not to be afraid. Your fate cannot be taken from you. claim the rival outposts, and earn the right to wield the tribe weapon. Once you've dealt with the rivals' outposts, you'll challenge their Sifu to unite their tribe with yours and let your kin share land again. Seeing you brings back his memories of the old... He remembers your kind and unselfish soul, and can sense you still... Anyway, you have things to do, places to go to. It's time. Wonders what it'll take for you to finally think about yourself first. Didn't have much. Reflects that... Says you'll get a special price and a wrap-up on the double. Hopes you're selling too. They're all... Might keep you from taking one to the knee.
Slipa, surapa damalawa.
The vendor says you...
Jumbo witsepa.
Tutli tu bolali toy.
Says the shop.
Upsak tanang.
Says that worth looking at. The gatekeeper welcomes you back to the fort.
Just a full
Understand. That's the Myriad Fort. There's a serenity about this spot. It's a place for rest and recovery. Cutting edge. reflexed. Better beware, that's a mump up ahead. They were hit hard by evolution, the Wonka especially. Fall unfurled. Time is lost on this place, but it evokes a tingling sensation. There's something special about it, drawing you closer. Let's see. As time passes, memories fade, and sometimes feelings change. It's not about who you were, it's about who you'll become. This story is far from over. Echoes of a long-lost past, like whispers in the wind. Here's someone who takes each day as it comes. He wonders where you've been. He hopes you've been out at the lake, practicing your swimming technique. He understands Wang Fu is hard. That's why your Muma only has 6 disciples. He thinks you should really know how to swim by now. What? He says, that wasn't too bad, was it? At least you learned that you'll drown if you don't swim. Judging by your Muma's look, it seems you forgot something.
Kannamunta.
You promised you'd train with her before the sun goes down. It's time to go.
Kannamunta.
The dedicate...
Kannamunta.
You should know. Practice makes perfect.
Kanjalana Toro.
She'll see you at the village square.
Asana yotutupu.
She says that's good. Here's another familiar face with lots on his mind. He was hoping you could help him pick up some scrap for a thingamajig he's working on. He's happy. He wonders what usefulness you found. He says he can work wonders with almost anything and asks if you know how to upcycle.
Juni, not now.
You did well, but he can't help but wonder why you decided to craft a weapon. He It looks like she's starting to lose her patience.
Inadabsunka?
You know she doesn't like waiting for you. She wants to see you on the village square, right?
Narulute.
Then you've got to...
Kanoruta.
She wants you to grow up and start thinking for yourself. You really need to find yourself before she's gone.
Monibasa.
That's...
Andro?
You've... They look determined. Better watch out. He asks you to stop right there and wonders where you think you're going. That makes him wonder what... There's no... He wants to know who you...
Antoro.
She asks if you're hurt. What happened?
Rizentede.
If
Kala.
the most...
Masammal.
It's time to... Here's someone close to heart, doing what he does best. He asks if you could help him too before you leave for training. He'll talk. He's curious to see what you found.
Tariman Gomojudo Vavazi. Badayan Analove. Schon.
He's looking.
Asilnatu.
Your Muma says it's about time you got here.
Asilnat amun.
She's...
Pendrinesen ma.
Your Muma says you did well today. She's
Pala.
thanks.
Pendrinesen Katja Toppolutta.
Catchy.
Masammal.
Your
Ferena masal tukonda.
It's called an automaton, and it's
Tukonda. Kututuku.
your Muma says you look tired. No wonder. It's been a long day.
Gendrana mala.
Rest, and you'll find strength for tomorrow. Nothing could stop Biomutant from setting the world on fire.
Can see.
Your Muma urges you to blaze a trail. A burnt kidling will learn to dread fire. That's just adding fuel to the flames. Give it a last burst and you'll make it.
Pola kudo.
Your Muma,
Pial tu ma.
whatever happens, you need to know she loves you. And here it comes, the past coming to haunt the present. You must go through fire and water to make it out of here. Your Muma says you can make it if you believe in it. Where she goes, you go. Blood is thicker than water. You're in deep surf. Don't make waves. The surf goes where it wants to go. It'll take you to the shore as long as you go with the flow. Death is not to be feared by one who has lived life with a pure heart. A part of her will live on in you. The creature is hungry for more. Nothing is going to stand in its way now. If a sacrifice is made for someone else, it's not lost, but passed on to the next. Life must go on. Real sacrifice comes from love and necessity, when all other options are exhausted. The ultimate test of conscience is the willingness to give up anything to save what you truly care about. What you do for yourself dies with you. What you do for your kin remains and makes you immortal in their memory. As the moment fades and is lost, the only thing that remains is loneliness. It doesn't mean you'll forget your past. It simply means you need to move on. Let's see.